Mike Johnson is going to save the vote. We have Ben Carson with a great speech. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. I try and pick out a few news events, the most important things, and the ones that are most likely to affect America's future, including this election. And in this one, it's what is the Republican Party doing to secure the vote? I have a New York Post article here I'm going to start with. This is Elon Musk quoting on Mike Johnson. How non-citizens are getting voter registration forms across the U.S. and how Republicans are trying to stop it. Now, I'm not weighing in on any opinion on this. I don't want to bring trouble to my channel. I'm only reporting the news, and these are the facts as New York Post sees them, okay? Welfare offices and other agencies in 49 U.S. states are providing voter registration forms to migrants without requiring proof of citizenship, leading Republicans and conservatives to call for swift federal action to stop the handouts. I only want to know, why is it only Republicans? Democrats leave the border open. Why is it? And even Chuck Schumer said he needs to replace to bring in more voters. That's a quote from Chuck Schumer. Why aren't Democrats checking things? That's all I'm saying. Those are facts. That's not an opinion. Okay. Every state but Arizona, which recently passed a law barring the practice on state, but not federal forms, gives applicants for either welfare benefits, driver's licenses, or in some cases, mail-in ballots, voter registration forms without demanding proof of citizenship. Of course, this is an outrage that if it's true. There is currently no requirement on federal voting forms to provide proof of U.S. citizenship, though it is illegal to falsely claim one is a citizen for a non-citizen to cast a ballot in a federal election. Now, I just want to go to the politicization of what we've already seen happen to Trump in the court cases. What do you think the Democrats will do if they find a non-citizen voting illegally without a registration? What do you think they will do in their two-tier justice system? Like, what would they do if they found a Republican doing it versus what if they found a Democrat doing it? But millions of migrants with humanitarian parole, refugee, or asylum status are eligible for benefits that would bring them to the offices where voter registration takes place. Now we're getting to Mike Johnson in just a minute. The National Voter Registration Act, that's the NVRA of 1993, ordered states to register voters at the Department of Motor Vehicles, an agency where Americans apply for public health benefits. And those offices are required by federal law to hand over the registration forms along with the application papers. Okay, let me skip down to what the House is doing about this. The House Administration Committee last month approved the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility SAVE Act to require states to receive proof of citizenship when anyone registers to vote by mail at DMV or a welfare agency office. Fair enough. I'm going to skip this quote from Chip Roy and get right down to Mike Johnson. Quote, as President Biden has welcomed millions of illegal aliens through our borders, including sophisticated criminal syndicates and foreign adversaries, it is incumbent upon Congress to implement greater enforcement measures and secure the voter registration process and ensure only American citizens decide the outcome of the American elections. If you're a Democrat, do you agree? If you're a Republican, do you agree? Let us know in the comments below. House Speaker, that was a quote from House Speaker Mike Johnson, said in a statement following its approval. So this law has already been approved, okay? Now, here's the response from the left-leaning Campaign Legal Center has opposed the SAVE Act as a, quote, shameful measure that will undermine trust in the electoral process, dismissing concerns over non-citizen voting and declaring it has not taken place, quote, at any meaningful level. That's their position. And I just want to know, do you guys trust them? Okay, who do we trust is what it's going to come down to. Now, let's get to some tweets and some other quotes. Here's a Ben Carson quote that was, a movie clip that I found on Behizzy's Twitter.
If you're a poll watcher, don't listen to the people who say you can watch the poll, but you got to do it from way over there where you can't see anything. We don't have to accept that.
Yeah, we're not tolerating that anymore. Here's Behizzy's actual tweet. George Behizzy, watch. Moments like this are why Trump may pick Dr. Ben Carson to be his vice president, which we approve of and we root for it, of course. It'd be great. Although I think Ben Carson is supporting this argument for Trump, even if he's not the vice presidential pick. Here's more Ben Carson.
We don't have to accept it if they say the signatures don't have to match. We don't have to accept it if there are 100 ballots from the same address and they say it's okay. It's not okay.
Absolutely true. We're not standing for it. Just think of it. So that was a Ben Carson clip, and then we have one more Ben Carson clip to come, but here's Colin Rugg first. Just in, Laura Trump is reportedly building an army of 100,000 poll watchers and 500 lawyers to deploy across America for the 2024 election. The announcement came as Laura Trump held a speech in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Yes, Michigan is in play. And this is also Ben Carson now saying, we're going to have 100,000 poll watchers and you do not have to watch from over there anymore. And I'll let him, here's the last clip.
We don't have to accept it if people don't have voter ID. We don't have to accept any of these things. This is America.
So we're going to have the most secure election in history. That's what I'm hoping for and praying for. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm Doug in Exile.